Hello YouTube friends. There's a little bit of fabric for you that's going to show you what it is I'm going to do today. I had an idea that I would like to make a giveaway for celebrate my 25,000 subscribers, which is actually a little bit more than that now. So you're all very, very welcome indeed. So what I thought I would do when I got to 25k would be to make something, do a random prize draw. I'll tell you all about how to enter that a little later on, but also do a little review of the machine. Now, Norma's just woken up. It's a big leap from there to there, Nor. Don't do it. So Norma has just, as soon as I start talking, that's the standard thing that she likes to do, is wake up and come and say hello to you all. She was fast asleep, but I don't want you to jump onto this table here, please. So we'll just say hello and then maybe you can go away again. What about that for an idea? Who knows? Down you go, sweetheart. Good girl. Good girl. Let's see if she manages that. Yes, so I'm going to do a number of things today then. We'll do the giveaway, but I wanted as well to talk about the machine. And now that I've been using it for a little while, the things that I love about it, and if there's any problems as well, what they might be. But I had this idea, I'll leave a link up here somewhere to when the time that I made a quilt using all my red and pink scraps with white sashing. That was a while ago now, maybe a year. But I've still got lots and lots of scraps, but I made a pile of pink squares and green squares. So what I'm doing with these squares, and also I cut, you might guess where I'm going with this, I cut some little squares as well. Here in my book, which has got all my quilting patterns and things in, there is the page that's all about the no waste flying geese. And so I thought I would use this scrappy block here to make the no waste flying geese, and this part would be the geese and this green background would be the sky. So I've got my chart here. I mean, there's loads of places you can find the no waste flying geese pattern. I've made them, and again I'll maybe stick a link to the quilt that I made maybe 2 years ago now, where I did a 4 or 5 or 6 even parts. So I'll put the playlist up here for that quilt, because I'm not going to teach you how to make these today. I'm just going to make them. But there's I have the little chart here on my page all about doing this, and I'm choosing to make the slightly smaller block than I usually make, which will finish at, each goose will be 2 inches by 4 inches. And in order to do that, I maybe just put this in the description below. Your goose square needs to be 5 1/4 inches, and your sky squares need to be 2 7/8. And you need 4 sky squares and 1 goose square in order to make this no waste pattern here. So I'm going to make these. I'm not quite sure yet. I've got quite a lot of pinks and quite a lot of greens. So the pink scrappy will have green sky, and the green scrappy will have pink sky. That's my plan anyway. So what I really want to talk about is the setup that I've got here. Now in the comments, with the installing of this machine, which we did 2 or 3 weeks ago with my son and my granddaughter and her daddy and her mum. They were all had little cameo roles in that film, didn't they? The comments on that video then, thank you. But there was there was a little discussion about where I've placed it in relation to the window. And people saying that I should turn it the other way round or turn it on sideways so that I could get the natural light rather than struggling on with being in my own light. There's a couple of things about that. First of all, I really like sitting facing out so that I can see the design board and the rest of the room and the cutting table and all of that, so I can get up and see all of that. I wouldn't like to be sitting with my back to that, not really. Secondly, sometimes the light that comes through this window, like today, is so bright that it's actually pretty blinding, so I have to close the curtains and put the artificial light on so that I can see more clearly. And thirdly, I've got two really great lights. I mean, this one's not brilliant, but I've got the light that goes under the throat of the machine. That's pretty good. And I've also got another light right here. For, you know, it sits here. It would be in the way of the camera, so that's why I've taken it away. So I actually can see really, really well. And, you know, and I'm conscious of being able to see. I have to wear glasses when I work. And so for me, the positioning of this works really well. I mean, that idea of having it on this way would work, apart from the fact that I wouldn't be able to use that door so easily. So I'm still not 100% set about any of this, but for now this works pretty well. I can come around here and sit down, see the design board, see what I'm doing, and I like that a lot. I don't like sitting with my back to that. So please don't worry about my eyesight. I've got good lights. I'm blocking out the very intense sunlight, which makes it harder to see, in fact, and I'm fine with that. Okay then, so the setup I've got here, I've got my little snips, which I love these. These are much, much easier than picking up a pair of scissors to snip threads, or even a smaller pair than that. So they're great, they live here. And I've put I'm going to move you in now so that you can see what I'm doing. I've put a piece of painter's tape here so that I can gauge my 1/4 inch. However, the way that you make this particular flying goose, no waste flying goose, so I've cut my accurate size squares, you just saw me doing that, and then you draw a line from side to side, which is my guideline, and then I'm going to sew a 1/4 inch from each side of that. So I can't see my guide tape when that's stuck on there, so I'll stick a couple on here and I'll show you what I'm doing. Okay, so stick one, I'll just do one so that you can see. One like that. You don't really need pins, but for accuracy you can use pins. So I'm going to stick 2 of those on there with that guideline sewn on. And then if I just bring you down a little bit further. Okay then, so the other things that I've got here, I've got my little ironing pad here, and I've got my tiny iron. It's not plugged in at the moment because I'm not doing any ironing. I've got my little tiny thread bunny, which I like a lot. My pins if I need them. And everything's to hand here. It's all fine. So now I'm going to... So the way that I'm stitching, because I can't see my tape, I'm using the side of the presser foot against that line there. And I think that as long as I'm consistent with that there, then the whole thing's going to be fine. I've done a few already. So let's do some and I'll tell you about what I love about this machine. So the first, one of the first things I love, and I think I said this when I first got the thing going, since that video and this one, I've stitched a whole quilt top, a big one, which is for a customer, so you can't see it, and with this machine, and it's been fantastic. I've been able to go fast when I can and really slow. Just watch how slow I can go on this delicate little flying goose block. I just love how slowly that machine... I've had this idea that it would be a bit like, you know, being in the fast lane and like a jet engine, and it will do that, but it also does. So when that's stitched both sides like that, I'm just going to take my scissors here and cut along here. I'll just fold those back. So I like this little iron and the ironing mat that I've got here. I really like those. So that's one of those. And I think that having the scrappy block for the geese is going to look really good. Well, we'll see, won't we? And then the next thing we do is we get another one of our green sky pieces with the line drawn on, like so. I mean, you can eyeball it if you like, but I put a little pin in there. And another one like that. Pop that on there. And then we'll iron those two back. And we've got our 4 scrappy goose green sky flying geese here. It's a good idea now to just snip off these dog ears so that the whole thing sits together neatly. I like to cut my dog ears off. And then the, oh, that was a nice one. I like that. It's got a line right at the centre, look. Quite by accident. And now I'm going to put these together. In a block like that. I'm going to sew those together. And the magic thing to do here, so as you don't lose your point, is to put these two together and sew it so that the goose is on the top, so that you can see where the cross happens, the magic X, and you can sew so that you're just that side of the magic X and you don't lose your point on your goose, because we don't want that, do we? See, I haven't lost my point there, which is kind of like, there's a point of pride to not lose your point. This one now, like so. And there is one complete flying goose block with a scrappy geese and green sky. I wasn't sure what it would look like, but I do like how it looks. So I'm going to carry on now and make loads of those. The thing I love about the Juki is I would never have realised just how much control I was going to get. And I love that about it. So I'm going to go ahead now and sew the rest of those together because I've got them all here. I need to cut a few more pink skies for the green, but I've got all afternoon. I'll get back to you at the end and show you what it looks like. So this is an evolving process. It's actually the next day now. We're using a different tripod because my tripod yesterday broke. It's okay, I had a spare. I had these green squares that I'd made in the scrappy way, but I didn't have enough of the same colour pink. So I started scratching around to see if I could find some more pinks, because I don't mind if they're all a bit different. And I found this one, which is a sort of batiki pink, but there weren't enough to make the cushion cover in the green with the pink sky. So what I've decided to do is evolving process this. I'll put those to one side and I'll make that one for me when the right sort of pink comes to light. Hello, you. And I'm working on this green and pink one, green sky. So the way that I like to make these cushion covers in the easiest way possible is an envelope flap, an envelope back so that you post the cushion pad into it. And that's what I'm doing now. So here we go. You can watch this bit where I'm pinning it all out. I've got a piece of just some scrap cotton on the back, some wadding in the middle, and then here we are pinning the whole thing out. So after the whole lot was pinned out, I chose some Aurifil thread. This is, I really like Aurifil for quilting. This is Aurifil 12. It's got a nice little shine to it. It's nice. It's nice size. I have used 3 strands of embroidery thread to good effect before. I've used that and that's worked really well. But I've got loads of this now and I really like to use this. So now I'm quilting it, and I like hand quilting things. This is small enough to go under the throat of the machine, but I'm hand quilting it. And if I can show you, cats everywhere today. It's not a very nice day today. It was much nicer the day yesterday when I was doing this. So I'm quilting it like this in the ditch here, and then through the middle of the geese here. And then that's 2 inches apart. So to continue on with the 2 inches, I'm just doing 2 inches all the way along the back. When I get to this bit here, this is going to be the outside of the cushion, and it's going to have a nice little thin bit of stripey there. I'll show you the cushion cover when it's finished. And this is going to be the prize giveaway for 25,000 subscribers. But we're already on 26,000 subscribers. So that's great. I'll show you the cushion when it's finished. So it's finished now. This is it inside out. I wanted to just show you that I've bound the raw edges. I mean, I could have zigzag stitched those, or as I guess if I'd thought ahead, I could have French seamed them. But the raw edges are nicely bound with the same stuff as I've got on the back of the cushion. And then we'll turn this inside out, or right side round. And this is a way that I often make cushions. It's just so straightforward and easy. And it means you can get the cushion pad in and out really easily. Nearly there. Let's poke these corners out. You can poke them out with a pencil or the tip of your scissors or something if you like. So the back of it then looks like that. It's got this little thin, I like to put a little bit of detail there with the bits of hand quilting going across like that. And the front of it looks like this. Now, you could sit on the lime green sofa, couldn't you, with that in your back? I know you could. That would be lovely and cozy. So I'm going to tell you how you can win this. It's very easy. Go down to the comments below, and what I want you to leave there in the comments, only on this post, because I'm going to do the random number generator on this post, okay? What I like about the random number generator that I choose is it takes every single comment from one post only, but then it removes duplicates. And so if somebody's entered 28 times, it will count them as one, so that's fine. And so this is how to enter. If I was to enter a prize draw giveaway and I put myself in the comments, it would say the last homely house, and I wouldn't know who that person was. So I'd like you to put your name, Kate, put your own name, and then this is the, I'm not judging this. This is going to be done on numbers. I want you to tell me what snack you would like on the lime green sofa. So what is it you would best of all like to nibble on when you're sitting down on the sofa with everybody doing your knitting, doing your crochet, doing your petting your virtual allergy-free cat, all of that. That's all. Just write your name and your snack. I'll check, obviously, that you've subscribed. So if you've not subscribed, then do that, please. Thumbs ups are good. That comment's the only comment you need to put. What else? Shares are nice because then other people will get to see what we're doing here. And this then, I'll make the green one, I think, once I come up with enough pink sky squares. I'll make that one for me. So we'll have twin cushions. I'll have my one and you'll have this one, whoever you are who wins it. So because this is all about flying geese, I would like to show you my wonderful goose, Eileen. Now, this next bit then that's coming up now, it's Eileen having a swim on the dam next to the house. So let me explain what I have to do when I take Eileen for a swim. She is, what's the right word for that goose? Stubborn, a little bit stupid. It's definitely a word for that goose. But anyway, she when she gets up onto the dam, as you'll see in a minute, she absolutely loves it. But she won't let me catch her to take her up. So I have to run around the garden with a bowl of corn, and I get her interested in the corn, and then I have to get hold of her by the neck and carry her up there. And I can't film that because I'm doing it. So the first images you'll see of the goose having a swim is of her on the lake. But know that the 5 minutes beforehand, I've been running around the garden like an idiot trying to catch her. So she does love it up there. She really does. And a number of people have asked me, how do you get her back off the lake? And I don't have to, because when she's had enough, she just gets out. She stands on the side of on the pathway there and preens her feathers for about half an hour and then just gently walks back down again into the garden, and I shut her back in again. She's amazing. So there's a bit of goose coming up for you guys. Don't forget then to subscribe. Leave me the type of snack you would like on the lime green sofa, and the way that I'm going to do this, because it's going to be crazy silly to send it with a cushion pad in it. So you'll just have to find yourself a cushion pad that is, now this is, it's 16 inches square. And so a 16-inch square cushion pad will do fine. But if you want it to be plumptious and a little bit more sort of have more substance, then a slightly bigger cushion pad would be good. But maybe enter the prize draw and get yourself a cushion pad in case you win. Hope you do. Good luck, everybody.